In today's video, I'm going to be discussing about the aspects which you should be looking into before you move to the state you desire, because believe you me, it's not all about packing your bags and moving into a different state that you have had or probably seen. It's not all about that. We need to go down into the basics. We need to turn the pages over and realize that we are not making a mistake, because being an immigrant in a different country is quite complicated. There are other things that we as immigrants need to consider before actually moving into a different state, which other natives do not likely consider, because these things are a little bit different when it comes to us and them. Hi lovelies, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, the name Beautiful Chaos, the channel name Beautiful Chaos 101. Now this channel is dedicated to people who are looking into migrating to other countries through scholarships, through jobs, and through any other opportunities that come by, such as the DV lottery. This is the kind of material you are interested in. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel. The first thing I want to talk about in this video is that once you migrate to USA, the first thing you want to look at is your age. Did you move into USA as a family, or did you move in as a student? Like the age of being a young adult. These are very important points to look at before you actually look into the city that you're looking at, because if you do have a family, you are looking for a state that is good for family raising. But if you are a young adult, any state could be good for you because you are there for the hustle. Now my lovelies, let's get right into it. The thing we want to talk about is affordability, or low cost of living. As an immigrant, I cannot specify this more than enough. It is important for you to look for a state that is really affordable, because you are coming from another country. You are not a native in that country, and when you are starting out, things are not as straightforward. You would need a place that is quite comfortable, a place that will keep you in a place, whether the times that the influx of the money is low, you would still be able to balance. So it is very important to look out for areas that are affordable to the type of life you want to live, which necessarily shouldn't be so high or so low, just in between, something that you can able to manage alone, even if somebody does not chip in to help you. So affordability is the first thing that you want to look at whenever you're looking out for states. Now, the second thing I want to talk about that people overlook is health care. It does not matter the kind of place you are living in. It does not matter. Most immigrants make this mistake, that you go into a state that is good, that looks nice, that is enjoyable, but at the end of the day, you did not check healthcare. Healthcare is very important. Is the healthcare in that area very affordable? Because from time and again, we get sick. But when you get sick, are you able to afford the bills? Or it would be a situation whereby anytime you get sick, it's almost a near deathbed, and people would need to gather up donations for you to be able to be treated. Now, my lovelies, that is a trap that most immigrants fall into, and I don't want anybody else who is watching this video to fall into this trap. So before you actually decide to move to any other state, please make sure the healthcare is affordable, because time and again we will get sick. This is inevitable. This is human nature. So make sure that state is very affordable. Third thing you want to look at is the taxes. Are the taxes very high, or are the taxes very low? Because when you are starting out as an immigrant, rather prefer taking a place where the taxes are not so high, so that you will be able to save a little and start something of your own. So look at the taxes too. Now, in the beginning of the video, I did actually mention that you need to see if you are a young adult or you're trying to raise a family. This comes down to the point that I'm about to talk about here, which is employment opportunities. You want to move into a state where there are employment opportunities for the sector that you are in. So this is quite something that you need to look into. Like the state that I'm planning to move in, will it take me long before I get a job in the department that I am, or it will take me like few days or few weeks for me to be able to get a job? So that's something you need to consider, because it's not just about moving to a state. Once you move there, you need something to sustain you. You need a job. So make sure that the state you're moving to does offer you those job opportunities before you actually land there. The sixth most important is also to talk about real estate value. Now, real estate value is very important because you don't want to buy something a lot more than you could have managed to buy it in another area. So look also into the prices and real estate. There are quite a lot of websites that can help you on checking these real estate values before you actually move to it. So I did say consider looking into that. Now, the seventh, my lovelies, is crime rate and statistics. If you're raising a family, this should be your number one priority. You want to raise your family where they will have an outlook of an environment that will help nurture them to become better persons. So you want to definitely dive into these things. Look at the crime rate and the statistics. If you're a young adult, maybe you'll be able to hustle through, but if you're raising a family, this is a hustle, because you not always be with your children and you want an environment that will shape them into better people. So please look into this before you choose a state. These are some of the things that we as immigrants make mistakes that we can never be able to recover from. The eighth one may seem a little bit funny, but we need to talk about proximity to friends and families. My lovelies, diaspora is a very lonely place. Very lonely. Like, depression is real and everything. So you want to look for a place that is close to your family and friends, because other than family and friends, nobody like really minds about anybody's business. So if you do not have those people, sometimes when you're down, it will be so hard for you because you're far away from everybody. So try as much as you can to get a state that is within friends, within people that you know, so that you're not really far from everybody. When things are down, you have somebody to talk to. Number 9 is the climate. Some people are not for the cold like me, so you want to choose a state that is a little bit less cold. And some people, but I would say look into climate, because some climates are really not conducive, and if you're coming from a place where that climate has never occurred, it will be very hard for you to adjust. So also, this is not really important, but just look into it. It's something that I wished I looked into when I moved to diaspora. I also want to talk about the education system. Like I said, the first thing is to look if you're a young adult who's looking into hustling their way, or you are looking into raising your family. If this is the case, the latter is the case, then you are required to look at the education system. Is it giving what you want your children to have in the future? If it's not giving what your children want to achieve in the future, then you'd rather look for another state, because the education of our children is very important. Our children are the future, so we would want to look into that and not sabotage our own children. Very last will be commute and public transport time and stuff, because there are a lot of traffics and everything. So you would want to know how much time you're going to use with these things. So be sure to check out the public transport, how it works, the time it will take you to commute and everything to and from different places, because this will affect your day-to-day life. Now, my lovelies, if you have made it through all these 11 ideas, then know that you are definitely going to make good choices in the state that you're going to live in, because honestly, it's not about just moving to a place that people say this is a good place, this is not, no, this is what. It's about you as an individual. Do these things fit into what you are wanting as an individual? Your healthcare, your taxes, your family raising, your climate and everything. Please do look into every aspect before you actually finally decide to move to a state. Now, my lovelies, this is from me to you. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Beautiful chaos. I am out.